Okay, Crystal, we watched your recommendation, which was Tiger King.
Tiger.
Tiger
Yes.
King, which is why I'm dressed the way I am.
And
And
I got Tigger the tiger.
the best
The
tiger.
best tiger.
hmm
Yes. Tigger
So,
the best tiger.
did you like your recommendation?
I did.
You
Because
did.
I binge watched all the episodes in one sitting. Because I kept
What?
on. Yeah, almost.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what you get when you're quarantined in a house.
Yeah.
But
So the
I
show starts off with, introducing us to the players, Joe
yeah.
King, or Joe
So
Exotic, the
exotic.
Tiger King, Doc, we'll just say Doc, Carol
Volcano.
Baskins, yeah, and just, a few little people here and there that come back up later on. And
Yeah.
how Doc and Joe Exotic have these private zoos where they
Mm-hmm.
have all these animals, but mainly a lot of tigers
Mm-hmm.
or big cats. And Carol
Yeah.
is supposedly on the other spectrum where she is a sanctuary and she takes in these cats that I guess have been released, or not released, but what's the word? Like, when you kind of return something,
Rescue?
I guess, okay, rescued. And
She rescued them.
yeah, so, but they're in cages too.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they have a feud because she wants to get that act passed, the Big Cat Act, where people can't own tigers
Yeah, as pets.
as pets. And I didn't even think that would be, I didn't even think about it as being an issue because,
Yeah.
but when you think about it, you watch like Hangover, Mike Tyson's got a tiger, Shaq's got
Mm-hmm.
tigers. All these people that are rich have these exotic animals, and people who aren't rich have these exotic animals. It's really upsetting to me.
Yeah. It's an obsession.
It
I
is an
guess
obsession, but like, get a dog, get a
they
cat.
did get a cat, a big one.
Yeah, I know there was points where in the documentary where they can't even feed at Joe's zoo. He couldn't even feed them all properly.
Yeah. Well, he had 277 cats at the end. That's really ridiculous. And I
Mhm.
think he really cared for the cats in the beginning, but
Mhm.
then it became
Power and
how am I going
money.
to make money to feed all these cats? I'm just going to breed them. Well,
That's
breeding them makes
dangerous.
more cats.
Yes.
So, and I think that's the difference between him and Carol is she doesn't breed her cats. She
No,
wants to stop the breeding.
but she
But
still takes advantage of them. She still
oh,
is
I don't.
exploiting the animals.
Yeah, I agree.
And
And
they
she
say, oh, it's
she
for education purposes. I'm like, no, it's
not
not.
really.
Because
How is it?
I'd rather see educational uh, films or something like that of them in the wild rather
Yes.
than seeing them in your cage
There is more in captivity here than there were in the
in the
wild.
wild.
So
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
And really, if you
They
think
do
about
more
it,
in the wild.
I can't remember the exact amount they said. They said like either between $2,000 or $5,000 you can buy a tiger cub. That's
That's
really
ridiculous.
not that much money.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
to me,
Because
it's a lot of
that's how
money.
much a certain breed of dog is around here. So
Exactly. And then they go into the stories of how some of these animals are used for drug trafficking, like the snakes. Oh, it
mhm,
just makes me so mad. And
yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Some
a
of the
I'm not a PETA person because I do think they go a little too far sometimes,
yeah,
like to get their point across. Like, I don't agree with that, but
yeah.
I do believe in humane treatment of animals and we should not have these wild animals. I even question zoos, not private zoos, but like these bigger
The state
zoos.
run zoo.
Yeah, these
The
bigger
state
zoos,
run.
like because they breed too. They breed in captivity.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're as inhumane
Well,
as that.
no, they're
You
not.
know, but they showed on one episode where the dang on cat was given birth and they stripped the baby away from its mother
Exactly. It
right
has
away.
it has no It has no
just
connection to
just
who it is.
yeah. It's just a petting thing. It's not even an animal at that point because, they said that between a certain, I think up to 12 weeks, um, they're this little itty bitty small little cub that can't really defend themselves. So let's go and put them around people's so they can pet them and take pictures with them. And then after 12 weeks, she's basically useless to us because that at that point she can bite or she can scratch or
Yeah.
so like they only have a 12-week window
And they
to make money off of that cub.
yeah, and they
and
showed
and I don't think a governmental zoo would be like that. I mean, I've
no.
never been to a zoo where you pet,
I
so
I don't think I don't think that's something they do because it's a hazard. It is
yeah,
a hazard. It is a public safety issue. The only
yeah.
people that should be around those animals are the staff, and
That's
even
it.
then, you shouldn't be petting wild animals.
No, I mean one of
Um,
the Joe's workers got
really upset me to see them take the cubs away and like they put them in his house in these little, playpens and stuff, and they're just crying, and he's fussing about them crying. Well, they want their mother. Like, they're not even
yeah.
getting that bond with their mother. He wasn't accused of killing his cubs, Doc was, right?
No, he was accused of shooting 5 tigers.
But they didn't say they were cubs.
No, but
He
they were
accused,
tigers.
he says that they were sick,
But one of his workers
says no.
testified and said that they weren't. So
How could you do
he
that?
just kept on shooting them.
They talked about how they have cults.
Yeah.
They each have their own cult basically of how they get workers and lovers.
Yes.
So, which I don't care about that stuff because I mean, people are grown enough,
Yeah.
people should know when they're getting themselves in a cult. You can leave a cult anytime. Like there wasn't anything trapping them there, you know? Um,
No.
so I don't feel bad in that sense because you can
No.
leave when if you don't like something, you can leave.
Yeah.
You don't have to sleep with the boss to get
Boss.
higher up.
Yep.
Um, that's your choice. So
Yeah.
I didn't really feel sorry for that. Um, even when it came to Joe's husbands, John and Travis or Trevor,
Travis.
Travis,
Travis.
both of them straight, but yet they're married to a gay man. I don't feel sorry for you all because really you're just using him. You're using
Yeah.
him for what he can give you. So I'm not going to feel
Exactly.
sorry for you. Like, you can leave.
Yeah.
Like, he's
I
a
thought.
user. He's using and abusing you to the point where, like, you feel like you can't do anything. But then
Yeah.
you're using him back. But when, in their defense, they both were on drugs when they met him, and he's someone that could supply them drugs,
And
which is
ice.
how he gets you in and keeps you. And
Yeah.
unfortunately for Travis,
Travis.
it ended badly for him. And I
Yeah.
feel so bad for that campaign manager because he was probably like,
Yeah.
what? Like that was like I thought this place was crazy, but now I just saw someone kill themselves in
Kill
front of me,
themselves.
and yeah,
Yeah.
and the mom was Travis's mom was talking and saying he was done with me after that, and I'm like, well, were you using him too? Because I mean, you were there on the
Yeah.
property, and they even saw they shoot it a scene where he was shooting a gun kind of at her but not at her, and she's running away, and you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Just like the campaign manager says, don't point a gun to me. Don't point a
Yeah.
gun at me. I don't care if it's loaded or not. You don't point guns at people unless you really mean to shoot them.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that. How about Miss Carol Baskins? Do you like Miss Carol? Even before the husband thing came up, did you care for her?
No, I didn't like cool cats and kittens. Like she is.
Oh,
Joe Exotic is one thing, and then they pull her on the screen. I was like, they're even getting in more nuttier people. Like, I swear, like, but she is a good manipulator. Like, I mean, I don't know anybody that can get like over 200 volunteers to work at a place for I don't know how many hours of the day, and not well, I know they're volunteers and not get paid. Like I'm floored.
yeah, I didn't like her. I didn't like her vibe,
Mm-mm.
and
Her husband's just as weird as she is.
oh my goodness, oh my
Like,
goodness. I didn't even think people like that really existed, to be honest.
yeah, well they do. They live
Yeah,
in Florida.
I can't. I can't. She lives in Florida. He lives in Oklahoma, and Doc lives in South Carolina.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah. So, um, but I didn't like her. I
Mm-mm.
I would not be surprised if she did kill her husband because she didn't seem very remorseful that he's gone. And when the one scene that they did show her like crying, like it was like a news story, I didn't believe it. I still didn't believe it. Like she was upset.
Well,
So
even like the attorney who puts in their will if I disappear.
yeah.
Can you hear? Kitty cat. Okay, you gotta be quiet now.
What was I saying? Oh, so he goes to jail, right?
Uh-huh.
So and he's like, I'm dying in here. I can't take it. I can't be in a cage. Well, how do you think your
Cage.
animals feel? How do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's karma? But what I love about it is that, oh, they set me up. They took me down. Well, I'm not going down alone. And he's going to take them all down
Yeah.
because he knows all kinds of crap about all of them. And I want to see them all go down. I even want to see Carol go down
Yeah.
because I know she's doing something. She's got to be doing
Yeah.
something. And
Yeah.
and I love how at the end the campaign manager was like, all this money that they've spent on doing all this illegal stuff and just morally bad stuff, they could have spent it on animals in the wild, trying to grow up their populations in the wild.
Yeah. But yeah. All in
If
all, I thought it was very interesting. I can't wait to watch the second season because I hope all of them do go down, like you said.
yeah,
But
if what they say is true about Doc, what he does to the cubs, I I don't think he'll survive prison, to be honest.
no. Another thing. Joe was like, I can't handle prison. And we were like,
You'd be great in prison, honey.
yes.
Give him that Joe Exotic style that you got.
Yeah.
They'll love it. You'll be
I mean, if you
everyone's
could get
little
two straight
yacht.
men to marry
Yeah,
you,
if you
then
could
you
get
know it
straight
would
men to
be
marry
like
you. But he had
you'll
stuff
be
to
the
offer
king of
them. What does he
prison.
have to offer them in jail?
Yeah.
So, my recommendation, we're going to watch something I think is supposed to be scary. Have you watched the trailer? It's
No.
called Marianne, and I think it's French, but it should be dubbed in English.
Well, better be because I don't know how to speak French.
So, bye.
Bye.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you take over. This was your. You're like,
Oh,
no, I want you to talk.
What?
Really?